To the 2-year running now. That's right. They have let us be on the air now for 2 years, sharing with you what you want to know, need to know, and have to know about real estate and finance today. And we have an incredible show for you today. So we do not want you to miss it, because you're going to want to ask questions, because we have the man who has the answers, because I know I've asked him lots of questions, Gino's asked him a lot of questions, and he always has the answer. And on top of it, we have an encyclopedia that's about, 4 inches thick that says the best 377 colleges 2013. We're going to give that away to the person who's on our chat room and ask the best questions, because we want to hear your questions. I don't have a child going into college quite yet, and Gino doesn't either. So we are going to ask you to help us. So go to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com. Click on the Listen Live button and join us in the chat room so you can ask Rob Schwartz some great questions.
And the easiest way to jump into the chat room is to log in with your Facebook account, or, of course, just below you can actually set up a chat roll account. It's pretty quick and simple. I did it not too long ago, but Facebook, really easy. Hit the Facebook button and you're online with us.
Very cool. So let's dive into it, because we have so many great topics to talk about regarding your child's future and getting them into college, which is more expensive and tougher than ever. And we have the man who can actually verify that, but he knows the insider way to help you out with that. Mr. Robert Schwartz with Eureka Review. Thank you, buddy.
Gentlemen, it's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, wow. He showed us up with that radio voice.
Yes, he's got good radio
voice. All right, let's improve here, Don.
But I saw him over there practicing. Rob, thanks for joining us today, buddy.
Thank you for having me. What sort of questions are out there? I'd love to just dive right in and help tackle some of those things.
Well, let's start off with a little bit about you, because we have to build a little credibility of why we have you here on the Don and Gino show, sharing with, because we actually, unfortunately, to our remiss, have not had a college, what would you
call it? A college prep master guru help
I think you guys are a little generous there. How about someone who is a trained, certified college planner?
College planner. That's
there it is. We got it.
Well, we made that a lot tougher than it is, huh, Rob?
You guys are doing just great. Don't you worry.
So, Rob, first off, I know you live here in Santa Cruz.
I do indeed.
Which is important, because this is a Santa Cruz show, and we cater to the Santa Cruz Valley residents, and we love to have locals that are accountable to us right here. They understand us, they understand our community, understand our children, and therefore, very good that you live here. Plus, you've been educated right here in Los Angeles.
That's true. Let me give a little bit of background so everyone has a frame of reference. I am born and raised here in Southern California. I went to Birmingham High School in the San Fernando Valley, back when it was a really good school. Times have changed. Graduated from there, went to UCLA, spent 5 wonderful years being a Bruin. Yes, our football team beat USC every single year I was there, which was awesome. Yes, that's right. Go Bruins.
Good old days.
Like the good old days, like this year. Graduated from there with a degree in political science and business administration, and had no idea what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So I put life on hold. I went to graduate school, and I got into some good ones, but I didn't want to scratch the check. I didn't want to go any further into debt than I already was. So I elected to go to Cal State University Northridge. I became a Matador. Also, yes, go Matadors. And completed a Master's of Arts in U.S. and Military History, which you can see I'm currently using as a college counselor. Graduated from there, and I still had no idea what I wanted to do. I had made every mistake in the book, and part of the reason why I do what I do now is so students who are 15 and 16 and 17, and those parents who have those 15 and 16 and 17-year-olds in their home don't make the same dumb mistakes I made. I'm also a UCLA-trained college counselor, and I've been counseling for 4 years. I'm also the director of outreach at Eureka Review, which is an SAT and ACT tutoring company, and I have been in that capacity now with them and their parent company, the Princeton Review, for a little over 6.5 years.
Okay, so let's dive into a little bit about what the Princeton and Eureka Review is. And of course, out there listening, don't start getting excited that it's somebody who's going to review what your kids are doing in college.
Eureka, though, you might find gold.
Yeah, I love just saying Eureka.
Actually, interestingly enough, Eureka means a moment of discovery. It's that aha moment. And whether that's coming from the world of testing or the world of college admissions, I think it's applicable in both. That said, Princeton Review and...
Sounds like you've said that before.
Once or twice. Both Princeton and Eureka are members of the test preparation industry. It is a billion-dollar industry nationwide, and it is steadily growing despite the economic numbers that you've shown us and we've seen over the years. More and more people are buying the notion that preparing for standardized tests is a good investment.
Well, that's a pretty no-brainer why that industry would be booming, considering the economic situation we've all gone through, is that they got to figure out how to save money going to college.
Interesting you mentioned that, Don.
Hey,
Not just, well, I know you're good, that's why I'm here. Not only do families recognize the need for testing because it helps in the admission process, which that's sort of a no-brainer. What people fail to understand is the notion that these tests, these same examinations, will be used to make decisions about merit-based scholarships.
That's a hot topic for me, because just a few weeks ago we had Lou Esbin on, our debt doctor, and he talked about how student loans are the skyrocketing debt in the nation right now. Not credit card debt, not home debt. It's student debt is the #1 skyrocketing debt. So you're saying there's a way to avoid that with good planning and good test taking.
Lou is exactly right. The number is frightening. The student loan debt in this country is over $1 trillion. It is a gigantic figure. It is a massive figure. It is more than all the home loan debt. It is more than all the credit card debt in the United States today. And if you look at the trend, it is growing rapidly. The cost of college has outpaced every other inflationary device you can look at.
And then some. I mean,
and then some. You're talking about 7%.
Yes.
It's a gigantic figure. And you look at some of the preeminent schools that we have, even just here in California, you look at a school like Stanford or USC, outstanding institutions, but the sticker price can give you a heart attack. It's over $60,000 at both institutions.
Aye.
Yeah.
That's per year. So you're talking about $250,000 for 4 years.
And it's probably going to take more than 4 years.
Now I
for somebody to
get it.
through these days, right?
Now I get it. That's why my dad said when I had really good grades, graduated like 6th in my class, and I go, so where should I go? And I didn't have college counseling, so we're going to get into that, because nobody went to me and said, with your GPA and your backing, you should be able to go. No. Dad went, CSUN's the school for you. Now I understand why. Now, it is a great business school, and I did want to take business, so I was fortunate in that. And graduated with a finance degree, but unfortunately I didn't have options. I wish I would have. And I know you are here to talk about a couple of different things. We're going to talk about how you help children prepare for their SAT score, take a SAT test, correct?
Absolutely. Okay.
And we're going to talk about the ins and outs of getting into various colleges, and which includes topics such as what's weighted more? Is it the GPA? Is it the SATs? Is it the essay? Is it all those pieces? How are those factors in getting into college, and how are they factors in getting a scholarship?
Excellent questions. The question really is, where do you want to start?
Okay. So we definitely want to touch on that. Why don't we just start on Gino's question, because you asked that at lunch, and it was a great question.
Yeah, I mean, basically my thing is, I know I have to have a good GPA to get into a good school. It's something that shows stability, determination, and discipline. But how does my testing score against that? Which is more important? Because that's more of a measure of quote-unquote intelligence or capacity versus discipline. So what's more important? What should I focus on? And how do we do that?
Outstanding question. That's a gold star question.
Yay, I got a star.
We are in the educational field. Now we get gold stars. Thank you, Rob.
Hey, I'm here to help. If we look at college admissions as a whole, we're looking at factors like the curriculum that you take. Did you take challenging classes? Did you push yourself academically? Did you take that AP class or that honors class, or did you get in the fish watching in the basket weaving line?
Oh, so A metal class doesn't help you a whole lot?
Not as much as you would hope.
Okay. Darn it.
Sure.
Number 2 on that list is going to be your
Really
GPA.
good at crochet, by the way.
You look like you did some fantastic work here for those watching on the online broadcast. Stunning work. GPA is going to be number 2. That's going to be, as you pointed out, how well have you performed in the classes you've taken 9 through 12. Most of the time, though, that GPA number you see is an effect of 10th and 11th grade. Certainly the Cal State system and the UC system is 10th and 11th grade only.
So they account for people like me that missed 187 days of senior class.
As far as you know, yes. Test scores are going to be third. They are a distant third, though. If you were to put a number on the value of tests, it's probably 15 to 20% of the admission decision versus that curriculum and that GPA is probably 40% or so. Obviously, it's different at every school, and there are 2,300 four-year schools in this country, give or take a few. That's a lot of choice. We go a little bit further. We get into things like essays, extracurricular activities, letters of recommendation, and at smaller schools, demonstrated interest to that school. So there's a lot of factors.
Yeah, a lot of factors, Rob. And we're going to share more of those factors as well as